Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our last opening night here at Oldcastle. It's the end of their season. It's their last show. And get ready, folks. Tonight we are BroadwayBound. And that's not just a joke, but that is the title of the show. BroadwayBound by Neil Simon. Probably one of his most famous works besides Odd Couple, which very familiar with Odd Couple. That's a great show. So we have 6 characters in this show. This was not originally in the season, so if you remember looking back earlier in the season, you're like, I don't remember seeing BroadwayBound. You're right. It was supposed to be Equus. They had a little scheduling conflict with some of the actors that were going to be involved with that, and so that has been moved to next season, so stay tuned for that. But instead they replaced it with BroadwayBound. I have not seen the show, but I do love Neil Simon. He's a great comedic writer. Give you a little background on this play. I have no idea pretty much what it's about, so I'm really excited. The play takes place in the Jerome House in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, New York. So the year is 1949. So BroadwayBound, New York City, kind of makes sense. We got, as I mentioned, 6 actors. Mr. Peterson directed again. Set design by Carl Sprague again. Costumes by Ursula again. Lighting by David Agrupe again. Sound by Corey Weed again. And stage managed by Gary Allen Poe. So all the regulars are there at the top. And we have Kate is played by Sarah Corey. We have Ben, which is Richard Howe. Rick Howe, a lot of people know him. We have Eugene by Anthony J. Oh, that's a tough last name. Ingagolia. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. Stanley by Robbie Rezingo. Blanche by Amy. And Jack by Jason. And hopefully we'll get to talk to them after the show. Maybe not all of them, but at least a few of them. Get their perspectives and insight onto this play. So very cool. We'll see if we have Mr. Peterson is over there. See if he's free to chat in a few minutes. But this is the conclusion of Oldcastle's season. So they'll be back next May with their next season. Haven't heard yet what's going to be coming up, so maybe Mr. Peterson will, spill a few secrets if we can, if we're nice enough to him. So let's see here. Turn up my volume here. There we go. Woohoo! So yeah, thanks for joining us. And we also have some food tonight after the show, and that is brought to you by Powers Market, North Bennington. So it should be very exciting. Let me see here. Mr. Pearson, he's chatting over there. Oh, all right. So what else do we have to talk about this show? We've got some choreography in here. I should say the set, I took a peek real quick. The set is quite impressive. Very elaborate, a lot of props. My cousins have been backstage. They're backstage, but they also help make some of the costumes. They've also made some of the props, so kudos to them. I looked at them. They're like real-life food. It's pretty cool. So really neat there. And this show, BroadwayBound, opens tonight, the 29th. And it runs through October, let me see if I get my dates right. I'm going to say the 15th, October 15th, and it's on the weekends. And of course, this coming Wednesday is the BOGO, buy one, get one free night. That's a pretty busy night usually throughout the season. So questions out the box office, 447-0564, I believe. I'm trying to look, see if I find the number here. I'm losing my numbers. So yeah, we'll see if we have Christine here. Do you want to pop on and chat for a few minutes?
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know what you have to say.
Well,
make something up.
Yeah, make something up. So Christine, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay. Opening night, it's always fun.
It is fun.
Love
it is
that.
fun.
Love that.
So have you seen any rehearsals for BroadwayBound?
Oh yeah.
Are you? Is it good? I have not seen this, so I have no background on it.
I have done Neil Simon before, and he's usually, just kind of lots of jokes and stuff. But this, of course, is very funny, but it's funny in a real human way because you have a three generations living in this relatively small space.
Interesting.
3 generations of adults. Okay. And it's so funny. It so parallels families that have grown up and are struggling to find their identity, and I think it's fascinating. cast is terrific, and I actually helped work on the set this time.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
I like doing different things.
Anyone new in the cast that's new to Oldcastle?
Yes.
I see there's 6 of them. Of course, we know Rick Howe is not. He's been.
Oh no,
yeah.
no. Okay, Robbie. Resigna?
Yeah, that's a good name. I don't know. I already probably butchered it already.
Yeah.
So
He's brand new to
Okay.
us. Anthony was in Big River. He played Huckleberry Finn in Big River.
Yes.
And Jason Asprey was in The Lion in Winter.
Okay, with you.
He played one of my sons.
Okay.
And Sarah Corey did Around the World in 80 Days.
Okay, which I'm looking at right here on the wall.
Yeah. And so everybody's going to love the cast,
Awesome.
and I think it'll hit home
How
to a
long
lot of
have
people.
they been rehearsing? Because it's been a while since we've been here with opening night for Comedy at Tennis' last show, and it was a little extended to the end of September. So how have they been doing an extra couple weeks? Or,
No,
just
2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's all we have
Gotcha.
to put everything together. So it's a huge task, And Carl Sprague designed this set. He also designed the show that I directed, A Comedy of Tenors, and so he found a way to kind of take the basics of the set from Comedy Tenors and transform it into this, brownstone apartment.
that saves a lot of time.
Yes. But David Groupé is back with us permanently now, which we're excited about.
Nice.
He's retired from his job in Virginia, so he was working up to
I know he commutes back and forth with all his lighting jobs and stuff. So now he's
now he bought a house.
He
bought a house in Bennington. Yep.
Excellent. Good for him.
And so of course
So we'll be
he's
seeing
been
a lot more of
working
his work.
night and day.
He's been with us for for you guys for a long time.
Yep.
So, well, good. Anything exciting coming up with Oldcastle in the future? Classes or anything?
Well, I actually have been kind of in BroadwayBound mode in taking care of my 93-year-old mother, my siblings, and I. So that's kind of taken my time up a lot lately,
Family
but
comes
that will
first.
move on. And I'm doing a couple projects at Hubbard Hall. So
Awesome.
I'm
You
excited.
mentioned that.
Yeah,
Hubbard Hall.
yeah,
Good,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Are you in rehearsal now, or is that coming up?
No, it's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, good. Well, thanks for joining us for a few minutes.
Bye.
So some good insight there with the cast and the set design there. Let's see if we can get the Mr. Peterson. Oh, he's busy over there, chatting, catching up with people. So, what can I talk about? Let me see here. So it's pretty cool to see that a lot of these people have returned. Some of them have been in some shows a couple seasons or a couple years ago, but are coming back. So it'd be great to see them tossed into the show. Really excited about it. So hopefully Mr. Pearson can explain the premise of the show for us so we get a little idea of it. Because I really don't know, other than Neil Simon's work. I'm only familiar with Odd Couple. I was fortunate enough to play Felix Unger in high school, so that's the only Neil Simon I've had in my life. But I'm excited to have a little more here. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of these people. Ooh, it's got a little note back here. See if I read anything exciting here. All right, so I should mention, Oldcastle is going through if you've seen online, there's a survey circulating by Spencer Sweet and Oldcastle itself. If you have input about Oldcastle's new move to be a performing arts center, not just theater, but community theater, concerts, single night performances, readings, things like that. So there's a survey circulating around on Facebook. You should check it out, fill it out. It took me maybe 5 minutes, and you really get to have some impact into what could go on here in the future for Oldcastle. As I mentioned here, they're going to have independent films coming through, film festival, concerts, musicians. Let's see, we got the burlesque show that happens every year, a series of classes in terms of improv or acting classes, directing classes. We got to see here. They're going to have some holiday shows here. In December, we'll present a special one-time performance of David Budbill's Judivine Christmas Story, Pulp Cutter's Nativity. We'll once again have our holiday show in the style of old-time radio, featuring a variety of several Oldcastle favorites, which is always a good thing, and we usually are there for that, covering that. And the spring, they're going to have renowned composer Philip Glass here for what will be promised to be an evening of cherish, and you'll cherish and remember forever. So let's see what else we got here. So, yeah. So this is Oldcastle's 46th season. That's a lot of seasons. So I'd say they've had a great time with this season. Let's recap that a bit. We've had Comedy at Tenors was before this. See, I'm not even going to remember. Yeah, can't even remember. Shipwrecked was the opening night one. First show that opened the season. That was very funny. Of course, we had Comedy at Tenors, which was before this. We had Mauritius about the stamp collecting, the famous stamps. See, I'm drawing blank. There's one more I'm missing, but maybe Erica or Mr. Pearson can surely put that to rest for me. So, it is 7:15. 15 minutes till showtime, so I'll chat a little bit longer. Hopefully we'll catch Mr. Peterson, but if not, that's all right. We'll catch him afterwards if we don't get to him before, but no worries there. So I'm really curious what they're going to have next season. That's my, it's always great to see, when the process starts, because, they'll start reading scripts and then they have to decide and buy the rights with enough time to make sure that there's no theaters in the area that are also wanting to do that show. It has to be you have to have the rights to perform it within a certain radius of miles. And then, of course, they have to hold auditions. So that in the spring, Mr. Pearson and maybe a couple other people go down to New York City. They hold auditions to get their actors for the whole season. And that's kind of the basic process. Of course, he can explain a little bit more. But it's nice to hear that they're going to have a little more permanent of lighting. David's been with them for a long time. I've worked with him, helped setting up some lights in previous shows. He's a great guy and very talented with the lights. So it's good to see that he's going to be up here full time. That's pretty cool. And I'm still over there, still chit-chatting. Of course, I mentioned this. I'll say it again. If you come early to the show here at Oldcastle, there is a great Wunderbar right over yonder. It does move with where the doors are open. Notice the people are going in right behind me here. And sometimes we have them on the far side, so the bar moves and shifts. So it's great that the set is much different in here. The seating's different. So it's great that they have that unique ability to move the seats around to accommodate the set and accommodate everyone as well. So they can change the doors and stuff like that. Hello, Erica. So 2 doors. So the Wunderbar is down there. You can come early, have a little glass of wine. And if you don't, that's fine too. But that is an option for you. So don't forget it. Yes. Well. Yeah. Sheesh. See if he can. Oh no, he's still chit-chatting. Still chit-chatting. I should take a note to mention this, though. It's not Oldcastle related, but tonight is the Oldcastle opening night, of course. But if you're looking for more theater and you don't mind traveling up about half hour, 45 minutes north, Dorset, the players up there, the community players, Dorset players, at the beautiful Dorset Theater, which is a great renovated barn. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. I've performed there several times. It's opening season for them next week, and see, the name of the play escapes me. It's a very funny play, though, from the description I heard. Very funny. A couple friends are in it, so I encourage you to go check that out. That opens next weekend, October 6th, and it'll run for October 6th, 7th, 8th, and the following weekend, what is that? 13th, 14th, 15th of October. So it'll run for 2 weekends. So you should check that out. Great community theater, almost practically like professional theater, except they're not equity actors. They're people who have a passion for it, volunteer their time to go to rehearsals at night, and put on these shows for you. So if you like theater, love theater, check that out. It's worth it. Let's see. Oh, he's still talking there. Let's see if... Ooh, anyone? No, it's pretty empty now. I think most people are here. Almost a full house tonight, so that's pretty good. So, again, if you're interested in tickets or questions about it, 447-0564 is the number. I'm going to see if I can get that right. You know what? Let's see here. Look at that, 447-0564. My memory's pretty good tonight. Not most nights, but tonight, it's not bad. Oh, let's see. Oh, Erica has a free moment. I see her. Come on over.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I've been trying to keep myself afloat here by myself. You know, not
Okay,
much
it's
to say.
hard.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
hard.
It's all right. Busy tonight?
It is busy. Opening night
Well,
is always a
yes,
lot of fun.
it
People
is.
are already taking their seats because we have
That's true. Got like
12
10
minutes to
Hey,
showtime.
12 minutes to showtime.
BroadwayBound.
So, what's your involvement with the show? Have you? I asked Christine. You've seen some rehearsals or what?
I shot all the promotional photos for
Nice.
it for
Excellent.
last night's final dress.
Okay.
And really great performances. Actually, in the first act, I had to try to take photos through watery eyes,
Ooh,
which
so
is
that's a clue.
It's a clue. I'm not going to give away
Okay,
too much.
good. Okay.
But yeah, it has a lot to do with everyday family life and how. Some of the stuff that we go through and think, oh, that's my family. No, it seems like that's everybody's family.
Right,
So,
right.
He's really tapped into that.
That's
and
good.
Each character does bring a lot to the show. There's not one character that kind of runs with it. It's
Okay.
really everybody.
Group effort.
Group effort.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're really gonna enjoy it.
Gonna enjoy it? All right.
You're gonna enjoy it, and then of course on opening nights we always have the reception afterwards.
Right.
So that's always something we look forward to doing.
Absolutely. And it's Powers Market. I did mention it before. So.
Well, Abigail did it. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. The owner of Powers Market.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And
retract my
tonight we
statement.
have a couple of sponsor group seating. So any of you who want to do sponsor seating, they're front and center here because there's a group of 20 people who came.
Nice.
Yeah, and they had a little reception at somebody's home before the show, and then they came and had a glass of wine, and now they're going to
Comfy in their seats?
Comfy in their seats.
Excellent,
I
excellent.
know, it's great. And I so appreciate Cat TV coming here all summer long.
Well, we
on
appreciate
opening
it.
night.
Yes, it's been a fun thing for us, and hopefully we can continue to do it. So.
I certainly hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, and anyone who's out there, Mike does a fantastic job in so many ways, and we can't thank you enough. And
thank
we
you very
really
much.
do
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. And
There's
Eric
Mr.
and all.
Pearson right there, the
Mr.
star.
Pearson, the director. And yeah, so we hope Willie continues to get better as well.
Yes,
we're
yes,
missing Willie
yes,
here.
we are.
but
Yes, next year we'll hopefully have him back. Yes, hopefully.
He'll be here.
Yes.
He'll be here.
Yes.
So
Well, thank you.
You're very
Maybe
welcome.
a few minutes, or is it too close for you?
Oh, he always likes to talk.
A half hour, 45 minutes.
But you're going to have to stop him after that.
I have to cut the mic off.
Good evening, Mike.
Good evening. I like your gray attire. It's very
You like
fall.
this?
It's very
I search for turtlenecks and you can't find real turtlenecks anymore.
No?
No, my wife has been searching for them for me because I'm the last guy
That wears turtlenecks.
who wears turtlenecks.
Oh, well.
But I like them. So
That could be a play. The last man in the world.
The last man who wore turtlenecks.
So, BroadwayBound.
BroadwayBound.
Quick snippet, synopsis of it. I looked up online, but I've never seen this, so
This
I'm
is
excited.
this is part of a trilogy that Neil Simon wrote, all autobiographical. Many of his plays are autobiographical, beginning from
True. You
the
mentioned
very
Odd
beginning.
Couple. Yes. it's true.
And the first one is Brighton Beach Memoirs, which is about Neil and his brother and his parents when Neil was a young teenager, about 15. And then Biloxi Blues, when Neil, the character's name is always Eugene Morris Jerome, not Neil, went into the Army.
Okay.
And then this one is about when Neil and Stanley are trying to become comedy writers.
Okay.
And in the course of the play get a job writing for a radio program. And it follows the parents. It's interesting if you know all the plays, and you don't have to know all the plays to enjoy individually.
Okay.
But the characters grow, and in some cases the character of the father in this play is very unlike he is in the first play. The only character who's in all three is Eugene Morris Jerome, who is Neil Simon. And he and his brother were comedy writers, first in radio, then in television. They worked on the Phil Silver Show, Sid Caesar's Show of Shows, and were incredibly successful and a great team. And Neil slowly wanted to become a playwright and started to work on a play. And Danny continued to write, his brother Danny, who in the play is called Stanley, and was very successful, wrote for a lot of shows. Only wrote one play of his own, and I told you the story, I think, last time about
Yes, yeah.
Odd Couple,
Yep.
which really was his story.
Right.
He and his wife had divorced, and his pals and his wife had divorced, so the two pals moved in together and became The Odd Couple. Danny Simon tried to write that as a play, couldn't get any further than 14 pages, and he literally handed the pages to Neil Simon, and Simon wrote
The rest of it.
The Odd Couple, and it became
History.
a huge,
Yes.
huge hit. But this trilogy of plays were when critics and audiences really realized Neil Simon is really good. He's not just a joke machine. For so long, he could effortlessly write jokes. And one of the things he, and particularly when Mike Nichols directed his plays, they would work out of town on the show as it was headed to Broadway, taking jokes out. He had so many jokes, and he can so easily write and he wrote jokes for everybody, and was brilliant at it, and slowly became just a brilliant
Writer and
playwright. And Jason Asprey, who was in this play and has been a member of Shakespeare and Company in Lenox for 24 or 25 years, and has done more Shakespeare than almost anybody, because he does it so continuously, said to me last night after dress rehearsal, he said, "I am so impressed with Neil Simon." He said, I've enjoyed Neil Simon, but I never realized how good he is and how multi-layered these characters are.
Cool. That's amazing.
And he said, "I know it sounds silly, but he's Shakespearean." And I said, "No, he's just," which is just another way of saying he's really good.
That's awesome.
He's really good, and it's also extremely funny. He never is not funny, but there are some tender, heartwarming, heartbreaking scenes in this, so it goes back and forth. It's a real comedy drama, and I think it's just great
Awesome.
work. I think you'll enjoy it.
Excellent.
Yes.
Any not tweaks, but any sneak peeks for next season?
I can tell you some of the things that are coming up.
Oh,
Not
okay.
next
We can do
year
that. Oh,
yet.
I
But
tried.
I'm excited about this. In December, we are going to do David Budbill's A Pulp Cutter's Nativity.
Okay.
We've done Judavine 5 times. David was a brilliant writer who captured Vermont as a third world nation. And there was a small piece of Pulp Cutter's Nativity in Judavine. But he also made a full evening play of A Pulp Cutter's Nativity.
Okay.
So it's sort of the Vermont version of the Nativity story.
Interesting.
And we're going to do one performance of that in December to honor David. David died this year and was
I
a
think you mentioned
brilliant
that, yes.
American writer and lived in Vermont for a long time and wrote better about Vermont than I think almost anybody. We lost Howard Frank Mosher, a great Vermont writer, and David in the same year. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're also going to once again do the 1940s style radio holiday
play.
show
There we go.
that we've done for the last few years. And it's turned out to be a great community event. People really look forward to, and I now have to get working on.
Yes.
And it takes longer each year
Your
because
work
we've
is not
used up a
done.
lot of the best stuff.
I can't
you know?
say have a
Yeah.
see next season, whatever. You have other things going on, so
We're going to have concerts. We're going to have movies again. We'll be focusing on independent movies from the Connecticut Film Festival. Philip Glass is going to be here in the spring, which we're really excited about. So there's a lot. There's a lot coming up.
Note there. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going on. So don't forget that. Just because this is the opening night of the last thing item in your season, things do going on. Through
We
the
don't
winter
stop.
time. Yep.
We just keep doing things.
Keep going.
And we're grateful that you've been coming to our opening nights. Thank you very much, my friend.
I've enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun to broadcast and hopefully share with people and get the interest of theater out there. So.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Pearson. I'll be ready for your monologue in like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's that. 2 minutes of showtime. I'm going to leave you there. BroadwayBound, Neil Simon. We'll see you afterwards, about 9:30 or so. Hopefully we can chat with some actors. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you later. Good evening, everybody. It's a little later than I thought. It's 10:15. It's past my bedtime. But the show is a little long. So it starts at 7:30, goes till about 10 o'clock. So 2.5 hours with the intermission, but so worth it. Really great show. I think it is the best of their season they've had this year. It was funny. It was poignant. It was meaningful. It was heartfelt. It was everything that Eric said it was going to be and more. It was really good. I mean, Neil Simon is so good at comedy, and the one-liners that Rick Howe's character delivers as the grandfather, just to the son, to his grandkids and to his daughter. Really quite funny. I mean, a really good performance all around from everybody. I think Erica mentioned it. It's true that it's a group effort, and it was a group effort. So hopefully we'll get to chat with a few of them. But there's some delicious food over there and people that may distract them. So I'll just give you my feedback on the show. I really enjoyed it. There's some difficulties between the husband and wife characters. The sons, as we know famously, Neil Simon and his brother, but in the show, or in the characters, they are Eugene and Stanley. They get a gig at CBS Radio they have to write this script overnight and deliver that to CBS to see if they get a gig. They get the gig on the radio, they listen to it, the whole family gathers and listens to it. Does not go over so well and stuff. Always getting a little reception here, some of the actors. There's Rick Howe behind me. He's behind the door. Oh, he's not going to say hi to us. Yeah, he's going away. Okay. So they get this gig. And then, where was I going with this? My train of thought. I lost it, Jan. I lost it. So, things happen through the whole family and stuff, and then towards the end, they actually do land a gig. Can you believe this? Back in the day of 1949 or 1950, at $200 a week each. So $400 a week for each of them back then was a huge amount of money. So obviously it goes on from there. But there's definitely some other things to it. Don't want to spoil everything, but that's the main gist if you read the synopsis online. So, but really enjoyed the performances from the brothers. They were really funny. You can see some great character development there. The father, really good. Of course, mother and grandfather, everyone was great. Fantastic. So, really great. Well done. So, yeah. So, I'll remind you all, BroadwayBound, Neil Simon, and this is going to be playing, or is going to be happening, I believe, till October 15th. No one can quote me on that except Jana. October 15th this goes till? October 15th. I'm confirmed. October 15th. So, and don't forget, next Wednesday is the BOGO night. So, if you watch this in time, next Wednesday, BOGO night. So, yes, let's see if we can get some actors. We'll see here, but they're mostly over there enjoying the food. So, see if we get some in a few minutes. We'll try. But if we don't, it's okay. I encourage you to maybe try and come see a performance. So, any questions for Oldcastle, feel free to give them a call. 447-0564 is the box office. See if I can see anything here. So yeah, if you missed the earlier broadcast, just recap quickly. Last opening night here for Oldcastle's 46th season, BroadwayBound. Where is it? Right there, BroadwayBound. Woo! So this is their last show. I really think they've gone out with a really great show. It's funny, but it's poignant, it's meaningful. It's everything I said before, and more. I really sat there thinking, boy, I have experienced these things in real life. Totally with my family or other people. I know it's like, yeah, that could totally be something that my grandpa would say or my parents would say or something like that. So, really great story of, even also a part of it is maybe go for your dreams. Don't just settle for, this is good, this is good. You want to do something in life, get out there and do it, because only you are going to make that happen. So, delicious food. I had some earlier, little bitey things, so they're really good. The Sugarmans are here. They review some plays to see if I know a lot of people over there. But, Erica's busy at the bar, the Wunderbar. Rick's over there chit-chatting. We won't get Rick, though. He's a little camera shy, I think. But that's all right. Even though he performs on stage all the time. There's a star right there, right over there. Yes. He was in Big River. Let me see. That's Anthony. Let me see. I have the board over here. I could bring them over. Where's Anthony? There's Anthony. So, actually, this is pretty cool. If you see this right here, it's got some of the artwork on it, the set work, artwork. Yeah. Let me see. I'll just bring this over. So yeah, here you go. If we don't get all the actors on, here they all are right here. So here's Jason, plays the father. There's Rick, grandfather. There's Anthony, who's right behind me over here. And here's Amy. And then here's Sarah. She plays a sister of Sarah. Mother of the two boys right here. These are the stars of the show, Robbie and Anthony. And I like this. They did a nice bit of set work on here. Some cool set sketches. These are really cool. Get a little closer. There you go. See, check that out. Really nice set drawings, some schematics, and just nice coloring. Coloring's pretty accurate, and it's a really nice rendition. I'm assuming maybe Carl drew them. I'm going to go on a limb there and say the set designer drew the set drawings there. But still, really nice. So, if you didn't get to meet the actors, you just saw all of them right there. So yeah. You want to say anything, Jana? Sure. Oh, I'll get Jana on. I mean, people get tired of just looking at me, so, you know.
Oh, no. I don't believe that's true at all.
So, I will say, just Cat TV related,
Yeah.
your musically inclined show going well?
I think it's going very well.
Excellent.
Yes.
Second
We did
episode?
the second one. We did the second episode already.
With your conductor, right?
Actually, no. We did it with Matt Edwards. We were able to grab Matt first.
Okay.
And now we're going to get Kaylin in.
Now, who's Matt Edwards? You got
Matt Edwards is our accompanist.
Okay.
But he's also a teacher at the Mount Anthony Middle School.
Okay.
He taught at Bennington College. He's a part of Buck 250. He's a New Orleans jazz player. Yeah, no, he's really
all around.
all around.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you got to watch the show because he's really fascinating.
I will have to tune in.
We were sitting there going, "Did you know this? No, I didn't know this. Why didn't we know this? Oh my God, he did that. He did that.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
So, have you seen anything in here?
Nothing.
I know you always tell me that you see it tomorrow.
I will
don't
see
you?
it tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, because you know
You were box office tonight.
I was in box office.
Yes. Where's Cheyenne when you need her? That's what I say. If
Yeah.
she's watching, Cheyenne.
She's busy. She's got
I
college.
know.
She's got other jobs.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
know.
that is a very hardworking girl.
Busy.
Very busy. Very busy.
So box office. So you see it tomorrow.
I see you tomorrow.
I'll just say from having seen it, you will enjoy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, I love the set because it looks like you can move in today.
It really does. I mean,
It's like there are beds, there's a living room, there's a dining
it's true.
room.
There are beds up there. It's really cool how there's walls.
Yes.
But you don't see the walls.
Exactly.
So when you see everything, but there should be walls dividing everything.
Well, that's what the
Open
wallpaper's
concept.
for. If
Okay.
you notice, there's different wallpaper throughout the entire apartment.
I did not notice that.
Separates it.
Smart thinking,
Yeah.
Carl. I did not.
Carl is brilliant that
I did
way.
not even. I'll have to go look again. Just
Yeah,
to
you
see
gotta
that.
go look at it. There's
But
different wallpaper on the walls.
I enjoy a good set. You know,
Yeah.
when I was up at Dorset doing what was that? Playing Against Sam.
Yes.
I had a great little stone. What is this? Apartment style.
Right.
Brownstone?
Brownstone.
Brownstone, that's the
A
word.
brownstone,
A nice
yeah.
brownstone.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I
Right.
was sad to see it being torn down. But
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the hard thing. It's like, oh, wow, that is so great.
Right.
And it's gone.
And it's gone in a couple weeks. So make sure you see a cool set.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of the TD directors that I've worked with always are like, my girlfriend wants me to build furniture. I build furniture that lasts for 5 weeks. That's it. And there were friends
Right.
who are like, literally at the end of a show, the bookcase fell apart. It's only there for
Gone.
gone. Only there
Gone.
for 5 weeks. That's it. It's over.
Sam, past my bedtime. Yawn.
Well, you know, this is a slightly longer show.
I was like, oh, you know what? It is a little long. Nothing
little
wrong
long.
with that, though, because
No, nothing wrong with
I
that.
was entertained throughout. Edge of my seat, back, forth,
Right,
you know.
yeah.
So, Did you see any rehearsals, or what was did you have any cool roles for this one?
I know, honestly, I was just simply a company manager. But it's
Helping
interesting. This is the last opening night of the season.
It's true.
So we're all like, hey, we made it.
We made it through.
We
now you
made
just,
it
now you just
through.
got
Yeah.
the whole run of the
Just
show.
another 15 performances,
Right.
and that's totally fine.
Who's counting that?
I'm not
You know what
counting.
saying?
I'm not counting.
We
We
are.
are.
Mrs. Oh, okay. She didn't want to say hi. Okay. Rick did awesome. He was
Great.
fantastic. Yes.
See?
Yes.
Yeah.
Came home this afternoon and he said, do you know all that has to go into all those plays? We don't even, nobody
Yeah.
can see. And he said, Jen and Erica
Lots of stuff goes on in these plays. That's for sure.
full of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we had, at 10 o'clock this morning, we had plywood,
Nice.
wood, the sofa from Comedy of Tenors was in here. All our tables were piled up together. We had a service tray. It was crazy. And now look at it. Now we have it full
Boom.
of people.
Was some of that moving into the set there?
No, we
Oh.
actually moved the sofa behind the bar. We moved the bar. So Erica and I were moving furniture. She was painting. I was, the world of theater. We were cleaning.
You work to the day up. Well, it's true.
We work until the hour that we open up.
I was
the show.
trying to recap the whole season here. We had
Yeah.
Shipwrecked.
Shipwrecked?
Help me out here. What's
So we had Shipwreck.
Gone with the Wind one. What was that?
Moonlight and Magnolias.
Moonlight Magnolias, and
Moonlight
Rick was
and
working on the floor of that the night
the
of.
night
literally
before
30
we
minutes
opened
before.
up the house and Usher stepped in.
That's right.
Wet paint.
So, Shipwreck, Moonlight Magnolias,
Mauritius.
Comedy
Comedy of Tenors.
of Tenors, and here
Broadway
we are.
Bound.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
I was messing up in the first
Yeah.
one, and
Yeah.
now you've straightened me out. I appreciate that.
Well, and this is the exciting thing about theater is literally it can take up to the minute before you
Oh.
open a door. My ushers were actually already in house doing stuff, and I was still in my cleaning clothes. And I kept saying, "I'm going to go change. I'm going to go change. I'm going to change."
That happens.
Oh wait, I got to
That
do one
happens.
thing.
There's
Wait a
Rick.
go-
There's Rick. Hey, Rick. Great job, Rick. I know you won't talk, but great job. I love the beard. That's
Yeah.
a real beard.
I know, real beard. Yeah,
That's dedication. No,
grow your hair.
I think. I mean, his performance you will enjoy.
Great.
Very good.
Well, I generally love Rick.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
Yes.
I don't think he's
love
really
Rick.
been bad in anything. So,
No,
but
no.
very good in this one.
He will break your heart occasionally. I know he's broken my heart occasionally on shows, but yeah. Yeah, so.
Well, Janice,
Shall I
thank
go
you.
find an actor for you?
If I don't want to pull them away, but if you find someone, you send them my way, and I'll be happy to talk to
All
you.
right, I'll do that.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Jana. Always good chatting with you. Always good Oldcastle tidbits from Jana. So I should make mention, Jana is with the Bennington County Choral Society, who underwrites with Cat TV, and their show, as we were discussing, Musically Inclined, is now playing on Cat TV. So you should check it out. There are 2 episodes so far, and I've seen the first one is just her and Trish with BCCH, and this one is now they're including some musicians and stuff. So they're going to talk about music and all these cool things. So I encourage you to tune into that and check that out if you are in the artsy world of things. So hopefully we'll get some actors here. I don't want to pry them away from anyone. Oh, someone's coming over maybe. We'll see here. This may be Amy. Maybe it's Amy. Maybe it's 2. That would be good. Let's get more than one at a time. Oh, do you have double trouble?
Double trouble.
All right. Double trouble. Hello, how are you? Sure.
He's hiding.
That's all right. Put that down there.
I think I'm
All right. Amy,
Yeah.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike.
We're on local public access TV here.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Where are you based from? I didn't get to read your bio, but are you out in New York? Or
Yes,
okay.
New York.
So what else do you generally do? A lot of theater or TV? Or?
Mostly theater. I do as much Shakespeare as I can possibly do.
Nice, awesome. I know this gentleman here does a lot of Shakespeare,
Yeah, he
right?
does a lot of Shakespeare. I know him
I would say, have you
from-
worked with
yeah.
him any time? So you do a lot in Lenox then, or all over?
And I've trained a lot in Lenox.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done a lot of training there and directed in their fall festival.
So what did you enjoy most about being on Broadway Bound?
The play, working on a good play is always a huge pleasure, and it's such good writing.
It really is.
And then the cast is
Yeah.
a pleasure to work with.
It was true. Erica was saying before that it wasn't one character really doesn't stand out. It's a group effort from that. I really noticed that. I mean, obviously it's following their story of comedy writing, but it's a really good group effort from the ensemble cast.
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, I think this play is really about the mother from the son's point of view, as a writer. That's what I see in the play.
That is a good point. I agree with that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you got any other work coming up down the future?
Yeah, I'm producing a staged reading in New York when I get back,
Awesome.
November 4th,
Excellent.
and then I'm going to come back here for the gala, the winter Christmas.
The Christmas
holiday.
radio play?
Yep.
Oh, right.
I'll be singing
All right.
in that.
Awesome. That's always a fun time.
Yeah.
So, is that your first time?
Yeah.
Awesome. And remind me again, I'm probably bad at this. Have you been at Oldcastle performances before?
I've attended Oldcastle
Okay.
performances
This
before.
is your first time on the
This
stage?
is my first time on the stage.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
I really
Thanks.
enjoyed your performance.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you
good to
very
be
much.
here.
Thanks. I'll let you enjoy your evening, so thank you so much.
All right, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And maybe we'll get, there they are, the duos over there. We'll see if we can get them. You're not well spoken? That's a lie. That's a lie. Here, all you gotta do is hold this and talk to me. So, Anthony,
Yes.
congratulations. Great
Thank you.
performance in there.
Thank
I
you.
saw you
Appreciate
Big
it.
River. Really enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh.
So, I played Felix Unger in Odd Couple, so I can really relate to his character.
Yeah.
but,
The kind of frantic running around.
Talk to me about your preparation you did for
Well, I did a lot of research and I read a lot of his biographies, his memoirs. Neil Simon's what I'm talking about. Just to get in his headspace because though it's not, word for word his life, it does have a lot of similarities. So, but I would recommend the memoirs to anyone because he really writes the same in his books that he writes for the stage, which is really interesting and quite funny. But just to get in that headspace and know the traumas that he went through in his early years and how that influenced him to, in all of his work, just to write about his life experiences, his family, his relationships, that type of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, good research.
Oh, I try.
So you have any other productions coming up for yourself?
Not so far. I'm just focusing on this one for now.
Nice.
But
Good.
I'll let you know if something else
Awesome.
comes
Well,
up.
hey, this was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Great performance. So
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us. Have a good night. So it was a really cool experience of, I guess, do a little research to read the memoirs, really get into the background of Neil Simon, since you're actually playing a real person. You can't just play a fictional character, and you could interpret how you want to. So maybe we'll grab someone else. We'll see. The mother's right behind me there. Right over there. We'll see. But yeah. So Anthony played Neil Simon, I believe. So obviously the guy who wrote this, and he's right. It is a very touching play. It is Neil Simon's so good, I guess, in this play in particular of writing comedy, but it also being heartfelt and to the point. So a really, really well done, well written play here. That's for sure. See if we get someone else. If not, we'll let them go. They're chit chatting. We'll see. But they're enjoying over there. Having some fun. But yes, if I don't get to chat with anyone else, we'll give it just a few more minutes, and then we'll cut this off here. So thanks for tuning in. If you are watching at 10:30 at night, it's a little late, past my bedtime, but well worth it to be out for BroadwayBound. Let's see. Mr. Pearson's. Well, maybe if we get some final thoughts from him. They're chit-chatting. It's good. So again, I'll refresh you for those of you tuning in. BroadwayBound, Neil Simon. Last show in Oldcastle's 46th season, right here. So if you like it, enjoy it. You like Neil Simon? You should think about it. This show will run through October 15th. And then after that, they're going to have some great other things happening. I'll read this little description here of things happening. Of course, the Christmas show is coming up, the radio show. They're going to have a famous composer, Philip Glass, here next year. They're going to have some independent films and some concerts and music. Lots of great little things that carry them through to their next season. So that should really carry through to 2018. And who knows what they're going to have. But usually the season will kick off right around the Memorial Day, end of May time frame. And hopefully it'll be something cool. I'm sure it will be. Mr. Pearson's usually pretty good at picking out the plays. Let's see. Nope, still talking. See if she gets there. Yeah. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. I know, kind of rambling here, but seeing if there's anybody else that wants to talk before I shut it off here. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe Jan's trying to get someone here. We'll see. So, let's see here. We got. She is not. I didn't want to interrupt, but. So maybe we'll get a few here, and then we'll be good. Yes. You've been convinced? Well, thank you. Here. All you have to do is hold this. It's super painless.
Yes.
So step in. There we go. Perfect. So, I forget your name. I'm sorry.
I'm Robbie.
Robbie.
How are you?
Great. Nice to meet you, Mike.
Mike, it's nice to meet you.
Really
too.
enjoyed your performance.
Thank you very much.
As a funny bit, I played Felix in The Odd Couple in high school, so I could really see you, the quirkiness or the nerve ticking of that. So really well done. I really enjoyed it. So
I saw that performance and I just stole everything you did. You were very good.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there. Yeah. So what other productions have you done? Are you primarily out of New York?
I live in New York.
Okay, cool.
This is my first time up at Oldcastle.
Well, welcome.
I have performed in Vermont before.
Okay.
My brother and I do a comedy show.
Oh,
and
awesome.
we've actually performed a couple times up at the Haskell Opera House.
Okay.
Up in Derby Line.
Okay.
Which is a beautiful, beautiful space that sits right on the border.
Nice.
This is good because it's closer to New York.
Yeah, you're not
I don't have to drive.
4
This
hours.
is only 3 hours as
Yeah.
opposed to, 6.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Have you enjoyed working with BroadwayBound?
Oh my gosh.
What's been your favorite thing?
Eric is amazing. Has
He
been
is.
an amazing director.
He's like 137. He's great. Yeah, that's the running joke with him.
I am not going to say that because I would like to work here again. He looks great for 137.
He was my high school teacher. I say it all the time. 137, right, Mr. Pearson? 137?
You look great.
137 of your closest friends.
You look fantastic.
No. You're 137.
Yes, I'm 137.
See?
He's not going to get me.
see.
You're not going to.
I know the trouble is not kidding. I'm 137.
You look great, though.
No, it's such a great play. It's so well written, and the family dynamic is just so much to play around with. And I was just saying to Eric, actually, this is a really fun role for me personally, because I run the gamut from the very beginning. I'm very excited, and it gets very emotional, and I have a great scene partner in Anthony. We have a terrific time playing off each other.
Right. No, I see that. You really do feel like brothers. That brother, like, I love you, and then I hate you.
Yes.
You know, So
my brother and I have a comedy act, and he's probably going to be replaced. So. We won't tell him that yet.
So, anything else coming up in the future for you?
Let's see. Well, my brother and I are doing our holiday show in December. That's the next thing I know that's been booked.
Awesome.
So we have to start writing that soon.
Is that somewhere else or up there?
That is in New York City.
Oh, perfect. Way closer for you.
Closer,
Local.
Very local. Not local for you guys.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, that's the next thing.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, really enjoyed the performance.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the run.
Thank you. It was really nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good night.
You too. So, I'm sure Mr. Pearson's not happy with me there, but jokes. See, anyone else want to chit-chat? Sarah played the mother of the two gentlemen we just interviewed. She did a great job. Her hair looks completely different. I think she's walking over. Maybe she is. I'll wait here. Oh, I'll wait. Oh, here she comes. That's all right. You're chit-chatting. That's all right. Come on up right over here. And perfect, right there.
That spot.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike.
We're with Cat TV here live.
Hi, Cat TV.
Vocal TV. So, how'd you feel opening night went for you?
I don't think it could have gone better.
No?
I mean, yeah.
I thought it was spectacular.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank
All
you.
of you, but I really enjoyed your performance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
really
you.
A lot of levels up and down. So.
Oh, I'm
do you
so
wanna
glad.
Go through the process. Anything you did to prepare for research? Or?
I didn't do a ton of research. I did do some dialect work because
Okay.
that
Well, it's true. The New York accent.
the New York accent is a tough one, and I've never done it before. So I actually booked a coach in Washington, D.C. before I came here. But as I think I said in an interview with Telly, my whole family is Jewish. My mom's side is Jewish. So I think I've been researching for this role my whole life.
Got it.
But you know, I did start learning my lines a little bit early.
So you got a lot of lines.
A lot of lines. And so for me, I have to be super comfortable with the lines to be able to let go and do, the acting
Right.
work. But I've got some great scene partners. It's
You do.
not hard.
Yeah. No, it's true.
You
I mean,
know?
I could feel that was really Rick was your dad. I could feel
Yeah.
that. And of course, Robbie and Anthony were your kid, were your,
Yeah.
your sons. It was really, really good.
Oh, good. We all get
Yeah.
along so well.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice to know that reads.
Yeah, and your hair completely different. I mean, the bun. I was like, is that a wig? Is it? Something?
I know,
was
and I'm
like,
gonna-
it
I'm
was
gonna-
so tight. It
I'm
was-
going to mug for the
Yeah.
camera because I've got this like Elvira streaks. These streaks are
Yeah.
amazing. My hair is not actually gray at all. I just would like you all to know that. But the stuff is amazing. It's like you streak it in, and it is my hair. I learned how to do victory curls.
Wow,
For
I'm
this.
impressed. 'Cause
Thank
It
you.
looked like a wig almost. Or like,
It does,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And I almost kept it up when I came upstairs, but then I was like, no, these bobby pins take 2 hours to
Well-
take out. So I know.
So where are you from? Where are you based? Are you DC?
I'm in DC now. I grew up in Boston, so I'm a
Okay.
New England girl, and I'm very happy to be back. And I lived in New York for about 15 years.
Okay.
And recently, I have relocated to Washington, D.C.
Nice.
And I absolutely love it.
It's a great city.
It's an amazing
Lot
city.
of fun there.
And it's a great theater city. There's a ton of work.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something else. Oh, yes. So is this your first time here at Oldcastle, or you've been here before?
This is my second time
Awesome.
here. I did Around the World in 80 Days.
knew it.
Yes.
Christine Decker was talking
Yes.
about all of you, what you've been doing. I was like, yes, that's right. Remind me what role you played in that, because I totally
So
forget.
in that play, I played Auda, the Indian princess, the
Okay.
one woman in the,
Yes.
and then I also played various other. I played a Cockney newsboy and a Scottish butler. And the Cockney newsboy to this day is my parents' favorite performance I've ever given. I mean,
Well,
it was
They should come see this then.
Oh, they're coming. They'll be here on Wednesday.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, this truly, I really enjoy it. I said to Eric, probably the best show of the season. So
Oh, wonderful.
I really enjoyed it. 'Cause
I'm so glad.
It's funny, but yet there's moments where you're like that heartfelt moments and then
Yeah.
the serious moments. So yeah.
I have to say, Neil Simon's writing is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to try for the moments. It was really nice to have an audience today to see where the funny moments were, because we know what we think is funny, but
Right.
it's not necessarily
true.
what they
Yeah.
think is funny. But he writes an epic saga. I mean, it's just, you just have to say the words and the
Right.
emotions
Just
follow,
boom.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Yeah. No, that's great. So enjoy the run.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for
Everyone, come
chit-chatting
see
with
us.
us. Yeah.
Come see us.
Well, thank you so much. Have a good
Thank
night.
you. You too.
Enjoy. Well, that was really nice of her. So she actually plays the mother, if you can believe that. She looks totally different on stage with the costume and the hair, and her accent truly is in New York. She really did a really good job of it. Really well done. So that's that, I think, folks. They're all chit-chatting, having a good time. Maybe to sign us off, maybe Mr. Pearson with any final words. We'll see. I don't want to interrupt them. Wait a minute here. Do. We'll see. We can get someone to sign off with us. So, well, for those of you just tuning in, if you're watching still, don't forget, this is, of course, BroadwayBound. Boom. By Neil Simon. Really fantastic writer. I mean, like I said, I've experienced some shows of his. Odd Couple is the biggest one, but this is really well written. I think you'll enjoy if you do come. This runs till, October 15th. So you got a couple weekends to come check it out. Let's see here. Oh. We're talking baseball here. You want any final words? I'll get Erica. Mr. Pearson's chit-chatting. They're talking baseball, so any final words as we sign off for the season?
Oh, well,
of opening nights?
of opening nights. Because
Opening
we're
nights.
still here till
Yes.
October 15th.
Yes.
And
Yes.
after that, we still have plenty of things happening at Oldcastle. But this was a very successful opening night for BroadwayBound.
I enjoyed it very much.
Wasn't it a great play?
I said to Eric, probably the best one of the season.
Really?
That's what
You
I thought.
enjoyed it that
Yes.
much?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And again, we can't thank you enough for being here.
Well, we
like
really
I
enjoyed
said
it.
earlier,
Yep.
and I hope you had something to eat. Opening nights are always fun
Yes,
with
a
food.
little delicious food there. It was very good. It was very
Yeah,
good.
I like-
Perfect little bites.
The little roast beef
Yes.
with the horseradish
Yes.
is delicious.
So you want to talk about some things you guys got coming up?
Yeah, we got plenty of
tons
stuff coming
here.
up.
Yeah.
Now this show runs through October 15th. We have vocal classes starting October 22nd.
vocal classes. Oh,
with
cool.
Thomas Toscano.
Nice.
It's a 8-week course.
Wow.
Amy, who was in tonight's play, right here, yes. She is teaching a Shakespearean monologue class one night, October 10th.
Wow.
It's $40.
Okay.
Limited people, so
Right.
if you're
She
interested
did say
in
she did a lot of Shakespeare, so
Yes.
she even knew this guy, that
Yeah,
guy.
because they work together at Shake & Co. and she has done a lot of classes for
Oh, that's
Shakespeare
cool.
and Company. So she's she's
So
here.
You want to learn the Shakespearean
Monologue
technique, which those are hard.
Very.
Yeah.
It's one night only, so you can check that on the website. But October 27th and 28th, we have comedians coming up from New Jersey.
Okay.
The Looney Bin in New Jersey. They're bringing up comics
Oh, boy,
for
the
the
Looney Bin.
27th and 28th. So you can, oldcastletheater.org has all that information. Yeah, it's going to be nonstop. After the comics, a week later, we have a family entertainer called Gemini, who's won 2 years in a row, Entertainer of the Year, Family Entertainer of the Year.
Okay.
He also is coming up from New Jersey.
Nice.
And we have Philip Glass
That's next year, right? Do you have a-
coming,
do you have a date?
March 24th.
March 24th, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
and we're doing a couple of shows for Christmas.
Yep.
So, our annual Christmas show.
He did mention he's got to start writing that.
Yeah, so it's, even though our equity season is coming to an end, Oldcastle is going to be here all year.
I should mention, I mentioned it in the first video, I'll mention it again if anyone's interested. There is a survey floating around
Yes.
from Spencer Sweet and the board and Oldcastle to have your input in what you want to see happen at Oldcastle.
Absolutely.
Of course, professional theater is staying, but there's a possibility of community theater and all these other performances and
Yeah,
things. So you guys are growing and shaping into an arts center.
Yeah,
type.
for the last 3 years, we've been open year-round. So this is a small...
Which is great.
Not a small portion. This is 6 months out of the year that we do
Right.
the equity, but there's 6 more months
Yeah.
to fill in with stuff, and we just encourage you to take advantage of being right downtown.
I remember when you guys, out the old building, it was just the 6 months. You did your season. That was it. See you later. We'll be back next year. Nothing happens.
No.
And it's
no.
great for you to have your own space to do tons of other things,
Tons of other things.
arty things. Yes,
And fun
art things.
Yeah.
So
check us out.
good. Well,
Thank you.
You are
Thank
so welcome. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.